don't figure it's next week, so you can make motions.
We'll just sit here and wait. 6 o'clock, we'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. First item will be roll call.
Murphy,
Here.
Graves,
Here.
Snail,
Here.
Reed, Walker,
Mayor.
Webb.
Let's see.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Take a moment of silence. Take a motion to approve the agenda with the exception, we'll remove the architect. Recommendation.
So moved.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Everyone's had a chance to review the previous meeting's minutes. If there are no additions or corrections, they'll stand approved as presented. We have no visitors and there's no public comments, so we'll move on to Chief's report.
Our report is on page 4. Call in September. In September was year to date was 7,075 calls for Pettis County, 164 for Windsor. Contractor been contacted for the Station 2 project that we talked about last meeting. They've been out there, they've looked at it. I believe we had kind of a firm date for the end of this month when we actually get started. So it's moving pretty rapidly.
21st.
Yeah. You guys already see impact's been out and measured. We got a quote in front of us tonight. The generator down in Windsor had an issue. They repaired the gas meter along with the restrictor valve, which got it back up and running. I guess when it was firing up, it was pulling all the gas from the house, pulling the pilot lights and everything else, and creating some surge issues as well. So I think they've got that fixed and it's back up and running like it's supposed to. Vehicle maintenance, Command 1, the 17 Tahoe that the back chiefs drive, had an injector replaced. Then regular preventative maintenance has been performed over the last month. Vehicle mileage as of September 30th is below that. Not much change over last time. On page 5, finally got the heat maps working again. June closure, I still can't get the destination totals to do what I wanted to do, so staffing update. David Rakhmatulov, one of our EMTs, has received his paramedic license. He completed his orientation last month and he's been released to be on his own. Part-time staff, one EMT has been offered. She's nearing the completion of her orientation. In fact, I think as of today, she's off of orientation. So, and then 3 paramedics have been hired. Beginning the orientation. One full-time paramedic. Tentative resignation. Her and her family are moving to Texas, so she'll be leaving here in the next week or so. New unit update. Our new unit 9 is in Columbia. They're made aware of some mechanical issues had to do with the drive shaft in the rear end. They've gotten it fixed at Ford. It's been sent back to ARV so they can continue working on it, getting ready for us. It was all that work was done at Hawkins Ford in Columbia. The 2 transits were ordered. They're being trailered to Columbia. They might already be in Columbia. And on page 8, you can see the graphics rendering for it. For those. I'm not expecting any delays. The only delays you might see is getting the load system from the tractor. And the narcotic safes are ordered that then they should already have it. But so far we're seem to be on track on schedule. So Page 7 is our year or call volume report. We're still up over last year. Nothing too crazy. I think we're probably still on track to get 10,000, if not over. So, other than that, if you guys have any questions, that's about the end of our report.
Other questions?
Sorry, we have one more thing. With the transition over to the Zoll software and the app that we're having to use, it has made us realize that a lot of our older iPads that have hung on for quite some time are in need of replacement. And we probably really should, and should have, back when we were still running the old software, had data to go along with those iPads. We would like to order 6 iPads. Total cost is $4,669.04. And since we didn't really budget for that, that's the ask, is to go ahead and get 6 iPads ordered this year to help us get those upgraded to a newer version.
Life expectancy on those then,
Oh gosh,
2 years, 3 years?
Oh, no.
As we get.
Several years.
a lot of ours.
We hang on to them until they break.
Okay.
We've got some that are at 5 years old.
Okay. So if we annualize that cost, it's about $800-900 a year then.
Yeah, I mean.
And the old ones will be just disposed of.
We can actually repurpose them really for different things.
In-house use for them.
Yeah, I mean, we can use them in-house for EMT students, new hires, since a lot of the stuff we're doing is starting to be electronic versus the old pen and paper way. So I mean, there would be uses for them that they would probably serve until
They would stay in our inventory and under our use then.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm good with that.
I know it wasn't on the agenda, but it kind of just popped up on us. We had a meeting Friday afternoon and kind of sorting through some issues we've been having, and that's kind of where what we came up with. So
I'd say it's probably essential. I need that we purchase those.
Do we have a second? I'll second that. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign.
okay, now I'm done. Any other questions?
If there are no other questions, we move on to approved payment of outstanding bills. Are there any questions on those?
No unusual things on there, are there, Tammy? I move that we approve payment.
Is there a second? Second. All in favor of paying the outstanding bills, say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Move on to unfinished business, the headquarters drilling station quote.
So after our last meeting, I reached out to Mr. Is it Goodson? Mr. Goodson, he gave us 3 quotes. He came out and measured last Friday and gave us 3 options. Option 1, he says the Imperial Coast supporting awning is more of an industrial option. It is made out of aluminum with guttering. He said they've been doing a lot of quotes since they moved into the new building, so he did not get the drawings rendered, but at least he was able to get some quotes for the money. He said it's kind of a peak design, aluminum, and then he said, you know, graphics can go, you put on whatever you want. The other 2 are a vinyl option, and there's a 10-foot and a 12-foot option. Is what he said for option 2 and 3. If you look at the prices, one is 16,500, 15,000, 11,000. for those options to do an awning. I believe the quote that we had for the other option, doing it out of wood, was $3,500. So,
I just wanted us to explore that because it would look good.
no, I would,
But that's a lot of money.
yeah, yeah,
And all we're really looking for is 150 feet of dry space, correct?
yes, sir, yeah, it'd be 12 foot wide and I think 12 foot out, yes. So it'd be 144, yeah.
So,
Enough for the grill, a picnic table and people standing.
so if I was just looking for dry space and wanted to buy a 2-car carport, what would that cost me?
I don't know what a carport.
It looked tacky.
I thought about that too, but I think those would probably be more. I can check into, I can go the bear shed, I think, isn't that the bear or whatever out there? I thought about it, I didn't know what extra dimensions, because I know a carport is probably longer than 12 foot. Unless they have mini ones, I don't know what all they,
I just wonder what the wooden one's gonna look like when it's done. I don't know.
Yeah. And I can go price a carport, I think they have it out there by 65, North 65. I can go and check with them and they have one, I think on V, do they still do carports out there on the highway, V Victor? So.
What we're really looking for is to take some open parking lot and turn it into dry space.
Yep, that's all it is. And see, initially I
It
thought
can either add or detract from the.
yeah, and initially I thought about doing a carport actually over the third bay, that third garage door. But with it probably sticking out far enough, I don't think we would be able to get the ambulance around the carport. That was my initial thought, maybe to build something out bigger or wider so we can even park a vehicle there, but I don't think it's gonna give us enough room to get around with those ambulances as wide and as long as they are. So that was the second option.
So how many people are gathered out there to smoke normally and to cook?
I think, I think we have several smokers, on each shift. So I would say, they go out on shifts. I know there's a lot of times I do see that we have people gathered at the back door at the alley side and they sit inside the garage when the weather's nice and they kind of congregate and kind of talk and do stuff. So that would give them an area instead of congregating in the alley to kind of congregate in the front and have some seating and whatever else. The other thinking was about the grill getting drug out and out of the bay and back into the bay.
So
all the time.
leave the grill outside under.
Yes, that was one of my things I wanted to do, because dragging that grill in and out, picking it up, they're just not made for that. They just come apart. I think half the times we've replaced the grill here, I would say 2 or 3 times to 1 time out of station 2, and that grill stationary and it doesn't get moved. And I think it just does a lot better that way.
This grill is essential, not just convenient.
I would say there's a lot of times that the guys prefer to grill, especially during the nice summer days, and not having to mess with the kitchen or the skillets and stove and inside the station. Essential, no, I think there's a lot of people that
Does the
prefer
fire-
grilling. There's a lot of times I prefer grilling over cooking on the stove myself in my own personal homes.
Do the firemen grill outside or inside over there?
I believe they have also they have a grilling station on the backside which has a roof over it.
Okay, that's all I need to know. Thanks.
No problem.
So do we wanna wait till we get some feedback on the carport?
If it's gonna look like somebody had a garage sale and bought something. But if we're gonna put lean-to up there, it looks like the back of somebody's trailer. I don't know if that looks good either, so. Do you any idea what this McAllister proposal would look like?
I believe what we talked about, header, door from window to window above the door, and then 2 posts, wooden
Just a
posts.
Square,
and basically
Lean
just
to.
a square, lean-to, I would say white
that
metal.
whole barn extension.
Yeah, I believe we talked about white, metal roof to match the white with the roofing that we're already.
Well, and they're already doing the other work, so for $3,500, they'd have this done in time to grow yet this fall.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that sounds a whole lot more reasonable.
It does to me too, now that I've gotten this input, but thank you for entertaining.
No problem.
Are we gonna look, do you wanna, Mr. Chairman, do you wanna check some other things first, or?
If you guys want me to, I can check the carport idea, but I think probably
It costs just as much.
Yeah,
that's, I would say would be more than $3,500.
And that'll put us behind another 2 weeks.
So I'd be willing to motion that we approve the 3,500.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign.
Thank you.
Thank you for your 2-week indulgence.
No bother at all, thank you.
Yeah, Neil said.
So we placed the Life Pack 15 station charger on the deals. It's a brand new station charger. They typically run $2,600. We listed that on the deals for $1,500 per month, and we did get the bids on that. So we just recommend putting it on for $1,000 and seeing where it goes.
Sounds good.
Is that all? Good deals. New business, the sales tax rate.
I don't think that, I mean, it's been 0.5%, that's our max.
Oh, so that's on there in case we wanted to lower it?
I think it's just that we have to
Oh,
look at it every year.
okay.
And how many days of cash reserve do we have right now?
I don't remember what it is. I think it was 7 months last time, but that includes Link Station 2 and all the ambulances that are on order. So in reality, we're probably down to about 3 months. after we
About 3
spend all
months.
that money. Yeah, all that money that's spoken for. Yeah, I think we're gonna be down to about 3 months after that.
I've already gotten a little bad mouthing about what's this new station gonna cost. And if we're, if you got money for new station, how come you can't roll back the taxes a little bit? So,
That's another one I've heard.
so I think it'd be good public relations if you roll it back a tiny amount while we build a new station, and then people, well, they did roll it back some. We keep going, our cash balance keeps going up every month,
For now,
but we have spent for now, yes, but we've
already got a lot of spoken for.
yeah,
we're up to about 4 million of
that's
the 7
is,
spoken for.
so we actually have a reserve. If we didn't receive any payment from anybody for anything outside of our liabilities, we got enough to run about 3 months then. So here,
Still getting there,
3 million.
but I would think about 3.
It's kind of right, at 6.
Okay, all right, well, I just need.
And I was wrong, we have, at the last board meeting, we had 10.3 months cash on hand.
When you back out the ambulance
Take-
projection for the new building, what's that leave us?
That leaves us, we are at, our capital expense estimates for the next 5 years, without the increase in what the building's gonna cost us, and without those new ambulances we just purchased, is 6 million. And we've got 7.7 million, or we had.
There's probably no reason to roll it back.
And you're just using the money we had set aside for the new station, not what we.
Correct. So we'll probably need another 1.2 on that. So that'd be 7.2. We're down to about $500,000 after that, which is
all I need.
less than a month.
Just
So,
need to be able.
I mean, I understand exactly what you're talking about, and I did talk to, Eric, a couple weeks ago. And next meeting, we're gonna bring for you guys to vote on moving that money to those different buckets so people can see that there's this amount set aside for the building, this amount set aside. Cause I think that's helpful for people that we're not just stacking up cash.
Yes,
We
and
have things.
put that on the website for John Q. Public to be able to show his neighbor who told him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it's that person coffee clutch stuff that puts us in trouble.
Yeah. And it, you know, there's a lot of information. And the board packets are out there with all that information, but I have to look for it. So.
I called Flo after that Appalachian thing when I looked on the news and saw all of the emergency vehicles that were flooded and ruined. And you know what? There's going to be a huge demand for replacements, and I was hoping we got our order in on the two that we were looking for. Because if we didn't, guess what? Either the availability wouldn't be there, or the price is going to go through the roof. So I'm glad we acted when we did. All right, thank you.
Unit 9 transit deals.
So with the new ambulance coming soon, Unit 9's already been decommissioned to the point where it can't be used because we had to pull the load system out of it to put in the new truck that's coming. We want to go ahead and get it listed. So trade-in value to trade it in would be $7,500, and that's pretty much what we've done previously with our ambulances. Is you start them out what the trade-in would be, and then see where it goes from there. At least, no matter what, we're going to get what we're going to get out of it. I think, what did you say, Katie? The last one was 19,000.
Last year, we listed unit 8 for 7,500 and we got 19,100.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
So if you guys are good with it, we'd like to go ahead and get that one listed and start working on getting it out of here.
Would it be conceivable that people on the East Coast would be able to see that also, if they're looking for ambulances?
They could, yeah.
So you motion to
So moved.
second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Take a motion to go into closed session pursuant to RSMO 610.021, section 1.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Perfect.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.